Hey, what's up, JD Aliens? I know this is different for you. You're used to seeing me in my studio or something like that, but hey, man, brother's got to get his exercise from time to time. Got to keep this dad bod in tip-top condition. I wanted to come to you today because, oh, by the way, this is another episode of JDL RAW. So I wanted to come to you today because I watch a lot of inspirational talks, motivational talks, and business type stuff. And I'm kind of a fan of Gary Vee. I watch Gary Vee. I listen to Grant Cardone sometimes. The shark guy Damon. A lot of inspirational guys who just make good sense, man. Because I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so I got to learn it from somebody, right? But I was listening to Gary Vee the other day, and it challenged my open-mindedness. He was talking about how this pandemic or crisis that we're in right now is going to change a lot of things, and I have no disagreement with that. But he went on to say that times are going to get hard for people, especially people in their 20s and 30s. Now, I want to put it out there that I'm 40, and as a matter of fact, on the 8th of May, I'll be 41. So I have been 20 and 30 before. And he was talking about how time's gonna get hard. You need to tighten up your budget, minimize things and yada, yada, yada. But then he also said you might want to move back home with your parents. And that's where he lost me. I was like, whoa, Gary, pump your brakes, dog. And I thought about like when I was in my 20s and 30s. Let me tell you something, man. The gurus, they talk a lot of good game. And it's great sense. That's why I listen to them. But sometimes you got to take things with a grain of salt. Not everything a guru says is going to apply to your life or even should apply to your life, because you got to think about it. Some of it's just them thinking out loud, maybe trying to process something. I don't know. But that statement got me. Look, let me tell you something, man. Don't move back in with your parents. As a matter of fact, if you are over the age of 25 and not currently full-time enrolled in school, you need to be out of your parents' house anyways. I don't care what circumstances you got, man. Fix it yourself. At 25, not fully enrolled in college, you consider an adult in my book. You need to get your butt out of your mama's house. I know there's some special cases where people are helping their parents or some situations like that, because sometimes parents get a little old, or there might be some injury or something. I don't know. I'm not talking to you guys. Well, who I'm talking to is the people who are just not working hard enough, or the people who feel like they want to have more, so they split the bill with their parents, or just don't even pay rent because their parents are so nice. So I'm talking to you parents out there who will let your kids stay at home past the age of 25 too. Like, give them the boot. I just told you I'm about to be 41, and I did my 4-year service in the United States Marine Corps, some of the proudest years of my life. And at the age of 18, my growing up, it was decent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the best. I was not born with a silver spoon. I didn't have special treatment. I was an only child, but I don't know if I was actually treated like one. But here's the gist of that. At the age of 18, I didn't have much direction, right? But what I did know was I didn't want to stay around my old city or my old neighborhood. And another hardcore fact is that I would have rather signed up for the military, the Marines, and taking the risk of going off to war and getting shot at and possibly killed than staying at my mama's house. That was the situation there. It's not that my home life was terrible, but I didn't want to be at home, man. I'm 18 and I need to go do something with my life. And I knew I wasn't college material, so I decided to take the next best thing that I knew of, which was the Marines. So back to the living at home or moving back home. If you've already moved out, don't go backwards, dude. You got to struggle. When I was in my 20s, in my mid to late 20s, dude, it was rough. I was a single father at the age of I think I was about 25 when I was a single father. I had a 5-year-old kid, man. Yeah, I was 25. I had a 5-year-old kid and didn't know shit from shit. So I'm raising this 5-year-old boy in a 2-bedroom apartment that I managed to scrape up the money for by myself. I wasn't asking for help for nobody. As a matter of fact, I was actually going through a custody battle and a divorce, and a kind of expensive one, as a matter of fact, at the age of 25. Okay, living by myself, with a child. So I don't want to hear it, man. Ain't no move back to your mama's house just because of this little pandemic is happening, and you might be out of a job right now, or things might get a little tight. Do you know how many pink slips I came home to on the side of my door or on my door handle saying that they was gonna kick me out? Shoot, I got one of those once a month. You know what I did with it? I wrinkled it up, threw it away, and got my hustle on. And that's pretty much what it was, man. I worked a full-time job when I had one, because not all of them worked out as far as like regular jobs. And I had 2 hustles. I was moving furniture out of the back of my pickup truck. I put an ad on Craigslist, and I moved people's furniture on my lunch breaks. I would wear my khakis to work and my button down on my lunch break. I would change into some jeans and a wife beater or a t-shirt and go move a couch up 3 stories and take a whole bath with a wash rag and go back to work, get my button down and khakis, man. And then when I got off work, that was when my other hustle started, which was my personal training business, which I turned into an actual business and quit my job for, because it was actually earning me more money and freedom than my actual job. That's what you call hustle, man. You grind and hustle until you reach where you want to be. Don't be moving back to your mama's house, man. I ain't trying to insult nobody, but seriously, if you are currently in your mama's house past the age of 25, not currently full-time enrolled in school, and you're not actually helping your parents who actually need the help, you got to get out your parents' house. And if you're thinking about it, get that crap out of your head, man. Don't take the easy road. That ain't nothing but crippling yourself and setting yourself back. I would rather have another pink slip on my door saying that they're gonna kick me out in 3 days. I'd rather do that. I'd rather join the Marines again than go back to my mama's house. You gotta be messed up. Anyways, this has been another episode of JDL RAW. I'm gonna go back and get my mountain bike on, because this is what kind of made me think about that, because I was thinking about the trails and how difficult those trails can be sometimes. And then I ended up hitting some spots where I had to turn around because the road was blocked, and mud splashing up, my knee is skinned up, but I kept going, and now I'm here talking to y'all. So that's kind of like life, man. Life is kind of like a mountain bike ride. I sound like Forrest Gump now. All right, man, y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see y'all later.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?